is the time to show by works that you have changed. By faith, God has received you back. By works, bring forth fruit requires that you do your restitutions. You reveal hidden things about you, about yourself. You have committed immorality, go to your leadership and confess. You have been hiding it. That's why you never prosper. If you still don't go and confess it, you will never prosper. All this prayer is in vain. You have not followed the truth. It is the truth that makes free. If you are in witchcraft, this is the time to seek deliverance without hiding it. Otherwise, after a little while, you will not be able to reveal yourself again. Strive while the iron is hot. Confess your unforgiveness to whoever you have been having problem with, or humble yourself and go and seek forgiveness from such a person. Husband, do it to your wife. All your adulteries. Wife, do it to your husband. You may need counseling so that you don't go and scatter yourself. Seek advice from your mature leaders. Confess your deeds. Lesbianism, homosexuality, occultism, witchcraft, whatever you call it. Yahoo, confess it. Abandon it. This is a sign to show you are now a Christian. If you don't do this, get ready for hell. You will be coming out every time like this. Nothing will follow it because you are not following the truth. You are not following the truth. If you want to wash your cloth, wash it with detergent. If you put that cloth in empty water, press it whichever way you press. Squeeze it whichever way you squeeze. That heavy dirt will remain there, because that which will remove that dirt is called truth. Everybody say truth. Say it again. That detergent, soap, omo, that you put in water to make the dirt in that cloth go out is called truth. And ye shall speak the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
Now, this is just amazing, right? When I saw this video on Facebook, I was touched, I have to say this, right? I personally think that religion can actually be a force for good. If people who call themselves preachers or men of God thought to themselves that they wanted to do something that would benefit the average person, religion can be a very, very productive something. Religion can really help people, move from A to B. I believe that. Because in religion, there are some good principles that if put in place, if practiced, society as a whole becomes a lot more better. That being said, religion in Africa isn't a force for good, isn't something that is benefiting the average person. Religion in Africa has been curtailed by some pastors, and they have turned it into a manufacturing industry where they reap a lot of profit from it. That is what is happening in Africa. If you hear the preacher in this video talk and how he emphasizes on being good, on doing what is right, on settling dispute with people you've offended or who offend you. All these are very, very good values that we must have in our society. I have always said there is no point making issues with other people. There is no point hating other people or carrying them in your heart. There's no point for that. Why not just make peace and let it go? Let it go. The story the preacher shared with us sounded too familiar, like the prodigal son. I'm glad at the end of the day, he kind of like make that correlation between the guy who came and asked for help and the story of the prodigal son. I just wish he shared more information about the guy's family in Port Harcourt that is rich. Or better still, ask the guy to turn himself up to the police to atone for his sins. You know, the guy has done a lot of terrible things to people. So he should have done what was right by taking responsibility for his actions. But then again, that is just me. If the guy has repented for rape and has decided to turn his life all over, then I think it's good. I think it's good. So I want us to watch this video because I felt like it was something that needed to be watched. And it was something that when you watch it, it really, really gets to you. And please, do not forget to leave us a comment below, to like the video, to share it, and also to subscribe to the channel. This is December. This is a festive season, a season of celebration. So we are celebrating with you, and we will be very happy if in the spirit of celebration, you subscribe to the channel. So let us watch the video. Thank you.
I came to the church in the afternoon. Shortly, I saw a young man entering the church compound. This man was wretched, dirty, tattered, miserable, with fresh wounds all over his body. And as he was coming to the church, he was dragging one of his legs like this, was walking like this, entering the church. When I saw him, I was at the admin's office. I called admin, please go and see who is this person. Then he said, the boy came in the morning. He said, I want to see pastor. But he told him to come back in the afternoon. And the pastor will be around in the afternoon. So he came. I said, okay, go and find out why is he looking for me. So when he came, when he went to find out, the boy told him, I didn't come to see you, I come to see pastor. Tell pastor I want to see him. So I came out. I brought some seats outside. We sat. I said, young man, what can I do for you? He said, pastor, I'm an armed robber. I'm an armed robber. He said, do you know so operations that took place in Byron? And one of them that went on the operation. You see my body? This my leg. He said there are bullets in this my leg now. The boy said, my father is a pastor. He said, I am the only son of my father. He said, I left home 7 years ago. He said, I'm from Newi, a stone throw from Odisha. For 7 years now, I've not gone to my people. So my father is a rich man. My father has buildings in Port Harcourt. But see me. He said, it's because of friends. They lured me into this, and I joined them. He said, pastor, I've been checking for places I will go to confess my sins. But all the places I've gone, I don't feel like going there. But when I pass through this street, I felt like entering this church and confess my sins to you. He said, pastor, I don't want to continue as an armed robber. I got to confess my sin. That we book for operation this night, but I want to escape. I don't want to join them. He said, pastor, armed robbery It's evil. It's wickedness. I'm tired of armed robbery. Say, look at me now. I'm dirty. I'm wretched. I don't have money. Say, Pastor, I've made millions, but you cannot see kobo in my account now. No kobo in my account now. Look at me with that shit. Say, why I come to you, Pastor, is for you to pray for me. I want to return to my father. I want to go back to my father, so my father will accept me back. I've lost the relationship with my father. I want to go back. Pastor, can you pray for me? I was looking at him. As he was talking, he started crying. And I said to him, are you ready to receive Jesus as the Lord and personal Savior? He said, I'm ready. I'm willing. I am ready. Can I pray for you? Pastor, pray for me. He knelt down. I led him to Christ. As I was praying for him, this boy was crying. After prayers, he rose up. He put hand in his pocket and brought one capsule, card of one capsule. Pastor, do you know this drug? I said, no. He said, this drug, if I take one capsule now, you look like rat before me. He said, that's why we can kill people without bothering. When we take this drug, he said, me, I used to take this drug too. If I take it, that human beings will look like rat. You will look like human being before me. That's why we can shoot people without care, without fear, without anything. He said, we work for politicians, but many of us have been killed. And when any of us is captured and killed, nobody will ask of us. The politician we are working for will not come for us. He will just look for other people. Then this night, I sat down and said to myself, am I not a fool? So one day I will die like others, and nobody will ask after me. I will waste like that. And I decided within me, I'm resigning today from armed robbery. He said, Pastor, I want to go back to my father. But my problem now is I don't have transport money. Can you give me 7,000 naira? Then I'll go back to Port Harcourt. Give me 7,000. If you can give me 7,000. He said, Pastor, if I go back to my father receives me back, I will later come here to see you. And when I come to see you, I'll not look like this again. So I gave him 7,000 naira. That was around after 4 p.m. I said, but it's late now. Can you get to Port Harcourt? He said, I will leave immediately so that my gang will not see me. I will sleep in Owerri. Early morning, I'll go to Port Harcourt. So when I gave him the money, he got up and left the church compound. When he got to the gate, look like this. I moved fast to the express road. I said, bye, Pastor. I'll see you later. See the prodigal son. This is the picture of the prodigal son. This boy came to himself. I said, how many hired servants of my father has enough food to eat and to spare, and I'm here dying? This armed robber said, my father is a rich man, but look at me, Pastor, look at me. Will you come to yourself today? Will you acknowledge that I've been far away from God?
This is the time to show by works that you have changed. By faith, God has received you back. By works, bring forth fruit requires that you do your restitutions. You reveal hidden things about you, about yourself. You have committed immorality. Go to your leadership and confess. You have been hiding it. That's why you never prosper. If you still don't go and confess it, you will never prosper. All this prayer is in vain. You have not followed the truth. It is the truth that makes free. If you are in witchcraft, this is the time to seek deliverance without hiding it. Otherwise, after a little while, you will not be able to reveal yourself again. Strive while the iron is hot. Confess your unforgiveness to whoever you have been having problem with, or humble yourself and go and seek forgiveness from such a person. Husband, do it to your wife. All your adulteries. Wife, do it to your husband. You may need counseling so that you don't go and scatter yourself. Seek advice from your mature leaders. Confess your deeds. Lesbianism, homosexuality, occultism, witchcraft, whatever you call it. Yahoo, confess it. Abandon it. This is a sign to show you are now a Christian. If you don't do this, get ready for hell. You will be coming out every time like this. Nothing will follow it because you are not following the truth. You are not following the truth. If you want to wash your cloth, wash it with detergent. If you put that cloth in empty water, press it whichever way you press. Squeeze it whichever way you squeeze. That heavy dirt will remain there, because that which will remove that dirt is called truth. Everybody say truth. Say it again. That detergent, soap, omo, that you put in water to make the dirt in that cloth go out is called truth. And ye shall speak the truth, and the truth shall make you free.